Yo, what's up guys? It's me, it's NLG here, and today I have, episode 23 I'm gonna go with, of the local to global series, and it's our 2-year anniversary now in this save, which is really cool. Obviously not 2 real year life, just 2 virtual years, but still, that, it feels lovely, you know? They just grew up so fast. We're now up to the 47th smallest company, or largest company in the world, which is probably out of 47, let's face it, but we've got 7k in the bank because it's been 6 weeks since the last show. I do have a couple little announcements regarding this save at the end of the episode after the show, but on the topic of show, this is what happened last time. Shane Strickland defeated Josh Briggs in the last man standing match to become number 1 contender, after Chris Dickinson retained the heavyweight title. Darga beat Tracy Williams, Jacob Fatu beat Space Monkey and demanded a challenge. Besties in the World defeated the debuting Eli Everfly and Sugar Dunkerton, and Shazza McKenzie beat Tessa Blanchard. So let's jump right into the show and see what we have for you tonight. We kick things off in front of 355 people in a generic venue with the debut of Brent Money Banks, who loses to Space Monkey in 13:55 by pinfall with a reverse 450. Now, I know, this isn't the debut Brent Banks had in mind, but it's the debut that Brent Banks will have to deal with. He was really off his game, maybe that's why he lost. His cocky gimmick got an initial rating of very good. Now, just because he's cocky, don't think that makes him a bad guy. Because he's not, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy, you know, he's a typical fan favourite. He just knows how good he is. He's like 2013 Dolph Ziggler without Vicky Guerrero, Big E, and AJ. Or he is like Austin Aries, when Austin Aries was X Division champion, or CM Punk, you know, just not quite as far up the card yet. But it's a strong start to the New York City wrestling career of Brent Banks when it comes to the fact that his gimmick was good. So he's got the character, he got the crowd buzzing, the show off to a strong start. He was really off his game, so that does mean that he could have some decent performances once he gets a bit of popularity going. And he did have a bit of a decent show in there against an NYCW mainstay in Space Monkey. And a big win for Space Monkey as well. So we then have a 43 where after the match, Brent Banks, he goes up to Space Monkey, show of respect, he shakes his hand or paw, however you want to look at it. 2 lovely, lovely men or animals who really do show some great sportsmanship there, which I don't think we see enough of here in NYCW. We then have a 38D- when a decent match, Josh Briggs defeats Eli Everfly in 10:36 by pinfall with a Maroon 5. Eli Everfly is somewhat fun to say, but Eli Everfly gets a 34 as Briggs gets a 39 and sends Eli Everfly home with a win-loss record of 0-2 here in NYCW. That rhymed, as Briggs gets another win. He gets back in the winning ways following his defeat to Shane Strickland. He's not been the best since he lost his championship last October. In a decent match, Matt Fitchett then racks up another victory, defeating Jake Something in 15:27 by submission. So a typical David versus Goliath matchup, quite similar to the last one. Of course, Jake Something not quite as big as Josh Briggs, but he is a bit bigger than Matt Fitchett is. But the two fight. Jake Something takes Fitchett to his limits. He throws everything he has at him, and in the end, Fitchett just catches him, slowly dissects him, takes away those big tree trunk legs, and taps him out with a knee bar for the victory. Something would look distraught after the match, and that would be too if I got a 21 rating, but Fitchett gets a 53, and that's what we'll remember. We then have a 47 when a decent match, the team of Shazza McKenzie and Tracy Williams defeat Darga and Tessa Blanchard in 1942 when Williams pins Darga with a big massive pile driver. Shazza only gets a 27, which is disappointing because she is very, very good. Tessa with a 30, which again, she's brilliant as well. Darga with a 52, Tracy with a 50. Shazza and Tracy had great chemistry when teamed together, and Tracy improves in performance, so maybe, just maybe, there's a little friendship blossoming there between the Queen of Hardcore and Hot Sauce himself. And with that win there for Tracy Williams, maybe it'll help him get right up there in title contention. We then have a 50D plus in a decent match. Jacob Fatu defeats Andrew Everett in 13:40 by pinfall with a moonsault. Fatu one of the most impressive moonsaults in the business as he gets a 50 to Everett's 43. A battle between two big behemoths because of course Andrew Everett is 12 foot tall. Fatu improves in technical, but you look at it and it's Jacob Fatu. He's defeated Brian Pillman Jr., Ethan Page, and now he's defeated Andrew Everett. So he's beaten some of the best guys. The NYCW has to offer. He wanted a challenge and he's got in Andrew Everett, but that challenge he's just defeated in a very impressive matchup. And then oh shit, the bed. Paint me purple and call me an aubergine. Jacob Fatu, after the match, he's not happy. He picks up a microphone. He says that he cannot be stopped. You call that a challenge? I want a challenge. And out comes Josh Briggs to stare him down. Josh Briggs, chances are he doesn't like Fatu. They have a little stare down. Fatu walks off. That gets a 74 B- because these two men are two scary bastards. Jacob Fatu, currently the most dominant man in NYCW. Josh Briggs, formerly the most dominant man in NYCW. These two men, this could easily be Clash of the Titans, a main event in any generic venue. As we then have a 63 where in your main event of the evening in a good match, Chris Dickinson defeats the International King of Swerve Shane Strickland in 17:52 to make defense number 5 of the New York City Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Dickinson sort of the underdog going into this match, but he beats the King of Swerve. The Dirty Daddy retains for the 5th time in a 63C, an impressive main event. Dickinson with a 57, Strickland with a 60, no improvements to comment upon, and the show gets a 59C, increasing our popularity in one region. Who do we praise? We praise Jacob Fatu, Chris Dickinson, and Big Swerve. So an excellent show there. There's the New Day in a barbershop. And I've got to say, I am really enjoying how this save is going. We do have our main event scene for the rest of 2021 planned out, which feels mad to say. Of course, we will have a couple shows and then, or a couple more episodes, then it's the King of New York. So we really are starting to properly get into it. We are on the road to King of New York, just like WWE can be on the road to WrestleMania. This is the road to King of New York. And I feel like King of New York's going to be a bit different this year. Oh, no, I can't. These two men are just two random people who've come through the Performance Center. And I said the Development Center. Our show is brilliant. It's shit all over Chikara. Ours is way higher up in the news, which is lovely. But anyways, if we look here, finance-wise, we're losing a little bit of money every month. I think we're spending a little bit too much on work, guys. So if you look here, we've got Shane Strickland who's on 1140. Seidel on 960, Haskins on 940 who's still injured. Janella's on 820, Williams 790, Dickinson 770, Dogger 710. I feel like for a small company, that is the absolute highest we should be going right now. And Janela is great, but he's not done good enough in this mod. Haskins we've not been able to use. Seidel, again, he's brilliant, just like Shane is, but they do cost a little bit too much for us. Now, Strickland's contract's up in 93 days. We might end up keeping him around for a little bit, but if we do, what you've got to think is we're going to have to start looking at downsides in probably around a year. And if we had Shane around right now, on a downside, it could become very difficult for us to not get absolutely ruined financially. So we have been bringing in new people, and if you look down here, these are all the people we have for under $500. Of course, Grace is still there, but she moved to Britain. But Jake Something's still 250. We've brought in Mance Warner, who's on 230. Fatu's on 300. Space Monkey's on 300. Eli's on 300. Sugar on 370. Brent Banks on 400. Casty's on 410, but we can't use them much because of scheduling. Everett's 470, and Kurt Stallion will be debuting soon as 490. So when it comes to this save, roster-wise, I feel like we are going to have to cut back a little bit when it comes to people like Strickland, because money, really. And we might have to use Dorgar a little bit less well, because if he's going to be teaming a lot, we kind of want our teams to be costing a little bit less money than he is. Because 710 for a guy who's in a tag match, like, you want him to be in like a 20-minute match every show. But anyways, thank you for watching. We're now 2 years deep. I can announce that the main event of next month's show will be 2 guys who are very hot at the moment in this company. Matt Fitchett, Tracy Williams, winner, fights Dickinson for the NYCW Heavyweight Championship in June. It might end up being July, who knows. But it'll be the last title shot before King of New York. And I can honestly say right now, look at that prestige, wow. But I can honestly say Shane Strickland was probably going to get the belt until I clocked on to how bad that would be financially for us. So it's going to be staying on Chris Dickinson a little bit longer. Couple more episodes, as I've said, and then we'll be at King of New York. So who do you think's going to win King of New York? Comment down below. We might even have a few fresh faces there. And I hope to see you for that very shortly. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.